I would love to talk a little bit about the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Lynx. So I think everyone knows at this point that yourself and Alex Rodriguez bought or are in the process of transitioning ownership of both of those teams. I think you bought them for $1.5 billion or something around there. When I think about sports teams, obviously growing up as a sports fan, and you did also, like this was always just something that really, 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 really rich people did, right? Just for fun. But it's also turned into a pretty good investment. Also, we've seen these teams appreciate a lot in value over the last few years. Some people believe this will continue to happen with sports betting and streaming and all these other tailwinds happening. But how much of this is just fun for you versus, hey, this is a really good investment also?
Yeah. So most of the things in life that are fun that have to do with money and investing usually don't yield good returns. So I've been there with two things. Buying racehorses, for example, fun, not a place to make money. And you're told going into horse racing, if you're going to buy, you better love the sport because you're not going to make money. So,
and why are those so difficult to run?
I mean, if you were to buy a proper, probably large scale operating business that generates a profit, yeah. But if you just want to buy like a boutique vineyard and throw out a few hundred cases of wine a year, that's not gonna make any money, and it's not a good investment. So I was sort of blown away by the NBA, teams that are increasing in value, because I'm like, wait a second, this is like could it be incredibly fun, and I could actually make money, and that's what is so great about owning an NBA team. It literally is going up 10-15% a year, and it doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon. So it's a great investment, great place to put capital. But at the same time, what's more fun than a sports fan, having the opportunity to be an owner and be involved in helping shape the team.
Is there any like low hanging fruit when you guys get in and see the business and say, hey, maybe things here or there we could increase and make better immediately? We could do the fan experience a little bit differently or anything like that?
Yeah, we're going through a process now of sort of building the foundation. It's called Vision Capital People, VCP. I have this framework that I've built to go into the exercise of what is the vision, what is the strategy, what's the mission of the organization, the values, putting together a proper plan and the right organizational structure. So we're going through all that, and we're almost complete with that. And there'll definitely be some changes that will happen over time as we build on this foundation. But I also think simultaneously, sometimes, and I've learned this in business, the tendency is to want to come in and make changes, make things happen. Most people, I think, move too quickly. I think it's really important to be thoughtful, build the foundation, and do things in the right order. The right order meaning you need to know who you are. What are your values? What do you stand for? What traits are you looking for in people that you bring into the organization? Like, who are you? What's the DNA? And if you start hiring people before you know who you are, you might not find people that are a great fit. And so you have to go through that exercise, and it's a lot of work to do the heavy lifting. And then and only then would you bring new people into the organization. I also think there's an importance in having continuity. I think one of the reasons why teams never seem to sort of do well. I used to be a big Knicks fan, and that was certainly very frustrating. Over the years. And there always seems to be change, constant change, moving out of GM, moving out of coach, just in general, not calling out the Knicks specifically, just in general, moving in and out. And I think there's incredible value in continuity of coaching, general manager, the players, like building that true team where people feel bonded and feel a sense of purpose and know that it's not mercenary, it's not just dollars and cents, it's not just a revolving door, but you're building something together that's special and that's going to stand the test of time. And I think that's really important.
And if we were to look at the NBA as a league from a valuation perspective, 10 years from now, what in your mind is the biggest driver of valuations going forward? Is it private equity firms now investing and expanding the kind of demand? Is it streaming and betting? Is it overseas expansion? Just maybe like a few ideas that you think are really powerful there.
Yeah, I think you said it. Overseas expansion, I think, is definitely a big part of it. I think just the growth and the popularity of the sport around the world is growing at a pretty good clip. It's a progressive league. It's diverse. It's forward thinking. Adam's doing a great job, and I do think it ultimately at the end of the day, it's about the growth in the sport globally. And I think that's what it really comes down to. Really driving top line revenues, and that ultimately drives valuations.
Gotcha.